Welcome to the Game Field Marquee match, and shout out to our production team for giving us an extra 60 seconds to watch the end of PKs because my heart is pumping. That was insane, Joe. But woo, time to focus on our matchup now between OpTic Chicago and New York Subliners, and I'm glad I still have a voice because I was screaming. Oh yeah, my God!
But that's good. Get you fired up. Get you in there. You know, because we got a good matchup here. NYSL.
My goalkeeper skills
back. Trying to, yeah. I don't know if you can move that far enough, honestly. But yeah, NYSL, they're trying to bounce back. OpTic, they're trying to get a win against a top team.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's take a look at our Game Fuel featured player that is going to be Formal. We're going to check out what he's able to do over the course of this matchup, and yeah, this should be an exciting one. OpTic Gaming trying to get to that form where they are a consistent contender. For NYSL, yeah, not back into the swing of things as quickly as we maybe hope with Asim back in the lineup, but because it's the matchup everyone's been waiting for.
No, 100%, and I think Formal needs to be an integral part of this OpTic team. I think that it just felt like at times all three of the other players have kind of had their moments, and Formal's had a couple of good series, but against the best, this is where we want to see Formal really pop off. At least I do. You can see he's been great in control, but hardpoint and search and destroy, that's where he can improve a little bit. So we're going to be watching Formal.
Yeah, we'll check him out over the course this, see what he's going to be able to bring today in a tough matchup. Man, seriously, I'm trying to come back down to earth. I was fine. I was running around my room, Joe. Nothing gets me more hyped up than some incredible international soccer or football. Sorry, whatever you want it to be. But let's get ready to meet our squads. We're going to kick it off with OpTic Gaming.
Mighty Crimsix going Formal, looking fantastic. Envoy slaying his way through. Scump from up high, the king.
I'm out here doing what they thinking is irrational.
Really starting to run that score up.
I'm gonna make it back, I'm gonna make it back, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, OpTic Gaming are back. Chicago are a force to be reckoned with.
The OpTic Gaming lineup, I mean, yeah, it's just sort of been a question of can they fix the mistakes that have kind of plagued this team over the course of the year. And I don't know, Joe. I don't know if we're finally at the point where it's like, can this four-man roster get it done? Because it gets to a point where it is the same mistake, stage to stage, where you have to start to question things a little bit. I think that's why the confidence could probably come and go a little bit with this squad.
No, 100%. I just wonder, we're saying the same mistakes, and they've had a couple of Game 5 losses at majors, but I wonder internally, you even hear the players kind of say, we're doing the same things, that we're trying to fix in practice, but what are those mistakes, right? Who is messing up, or are those mistakes that are being made sort of targeted by the players, communicated well enough so that doesn't happen anymore? They have one more stage, I think, to show that they can be a contender for a world championship. But I think as a lot of the fans are watching, they want to see them beat a top team.
100%. This is a big matchup for sure. And let's meet the team on the other side of it. Let's check out NYSL. Mack with the first blood. He just jumps on in. A flurry of kills through. Mack, though. Mack gets 3. What a second half of the hardpoint he had. Nails all 4. The ace for Big Mack. Upward timing. He gets flushed out. But Asim and Mack, that crossfire so good. Asim, all 4, give it to him. Takes down the entire side of FaZe.
This is just an efficient work right now. Is HyDra, he has the entire team straight in front of him, gets a couple shots. Now look how much he just slows them down.
Can he get the defuse player? He does. 23 seconds left on the clock. One more to deal with for Clay. This would be massive.
Joe, I think maybe some were surprised by, the result from their first matchup, but you got to think, I kind of heard Clay talk about it in an interview. Going from Asim to someone like Decimate, they are very different players. They had to change how they played the game. They're just not the same type of SMG player. So I'm sure there's a little time in reverting back, and you would hope in the scrims leading up to it, you would get it all figured out. But Asim's still just trying to get stuff to mesh again.
Yeah, it's just like a momentum thing. Everybody on the same page, and yeah, you know, they had to make some adjustments for the major, but they got their guy back. Asim is here, and you know, they lose at Game 5, Round 11 to LA Thieves. They lost both Search and Destroys. We'll see if they can bounce back now, but you're taking a look at the maps and modes. It's a very strong hard point to start. You know, that S&D Express, which has been fantastic for NYSL, and Control Rate, an OpTic staple where they are 12-7. The back half, though, those last two maps look incredible for NYSL.
We'll see if we'll get that deep into the series or how things are going to play out, but it's been a wild couple of days between international sports and some of the results here within the CDL. I mean, I'm just glad we had a couple of crazier or more contested matches today. Well, at least considering yesterday was just kind of 3-0 after 3-0. So I'm hoping maybe we get some magic in the making here. Maybe we get a 4 or 5 game series that goes the distance. But we are going to kick it off with Hardpoint on Moscow. Again, Formal going to be the Game Fuel featured player who we'll be checking out over the course of this one.
Yeah, and this has been, you know, for a little bit it was Raid. This has always been OpTic, one of their better hardpoint maps. 9-6 on the year. But at times it feels like they can have struggles holding on to, you know, hardpoints 2 and 3. We'll see what adjustments they will make, if they can get into their setups. And for NYSL, you're looking at this guy, Mack. He struggled big time against the Los Angeles Thieves when, throughout stage 4 before the major, he might have been one of the best players in the world with the form he was in. Can he get back to that?
Absolutely. We'll see if that will be the case, but it'll be Subliners with the strong side, and big contest is basically 6 players are lumped up around mid-map. But Clay is able to take down 2, and they'll continue to retain that side. With the spawn out for number 8 on the map, that is Scump, who's maybe going to start to cheat a little bit towards that spawn site for Subliners, but he's just helping them right now at mid-map. They try to take these fights because most of the kills go in the way of NYSL. But Scump has finally started to keep it on that number 8 for him to try and get forward. He's starting to get in.
Yeah, and as soon as he gets there, look at what that does, right? All of NYSL off of spawn have to kind of get into their setup. This allows OpTic to get into a very forward position. Now, can they find these early kills? They're able to put some shots in the Mack. Asim is in towards that back window to help him out, but it's the ARs with Clay on a 5 spree right now to start the game that are locking this setup in for NYSL.
Yeah, they just got to their spots before Scump was actually able to pounce because he had to help his team at mid. But yeah, what a start from Clay. He'll finally drop the Dashy, but Dashy gets 2 and Scump in the mix as well. That will be 3 down, and at least NYSL off of the hard point for now. Maybe even if you haven't got any time, if you are OpTic Chicago, you've created a bit of a mess here around the point as they found another flurry of kills. And you've really only gotten, there's 20 seconds left. What have you got? 10 points or so from this so far if you're in YSL?
Yeah, not a lot of time at all. So yeah, they're going to make that a little bit messy as we're on board with Formal. He's able to find his first kill, but they're just going to go over to this P3 setup. And kind of just what we saw from NYSL, can they do a better job of holding on? You'll see you have Asim and Mack working the bottom side towards that lower bus. The other 2 players working mid. HyDra's just waiting for his teammates. And here we go. As those other 3 get together, it's going to be a hit towards the back, and it's going to be on Dashy and Envoy to deal with that push.
On NYSL, they're going to look for a big break. Let's go to an Astro listening quickly here with NYSL.
Double door. I didn't hit him. He backed up.
You backed up? Okay, I'm going quick.
Envoy 1 shot. He ran back to gold door.
Okay.
I'm gonna run more middle on me. I'm running. I'm staying alive.
One's in bank, 1 elbow. Last guy bank.
One middle, one
Get sheet control, guys.
I'm gonna block bust.
I'm gonna come help you. That's fine.
With him.
Envoy weak back bank.
That's him.
Envoy weak back right stairs. That's not him. That is not him.
He's weak. Best on me. I'm on the pole.
I'm holding street.
I can look your guys' pillar. I'm gonna help pillar.
Pillar's dead.
I need a pillar. Careful. Don't push.
Pillar.
I hit him with a nade.
Yeah, formal pillar.
One in bank, one pillar.
One shot, Dashy.
Oh, some pillar. You got
Yeah,
go right.
I tried. I was flashed. All right, one's in right now. Play
Go back, Dashy. One under bout.
Dashy, 1 shot.
One under bout.
Gold window as well. After.
I'm pinching bus, or I'm pinching bank right now.
That's one deep street.
Spawn to me.
I'm coming deep street. I'm jumping top bus stop. I'm looking
Go
over
window,
hill.
go window,
Dashy
Mike.
in bus. One
One
pillar,
behind
one
bus, one
gold.
behind bus.
One in bus, one gold.
Bus dead. He's
Rat,
rat right
rat,
now.
rat.
One back here.
Rat,
That's
rat,
one
rat,
down.
One more red.
Pillar and rat. Last guy, push up, left side hill, push up behind bus.
I don't see.
Joey.
One's in the bus too.
Close,
Push up on the
guys.
bus, got him. I'm rowing.
Alright, one's in the bus. Someone try
I'm
to
holding
get
mid, I'm
top
holding mid.
I'm
Yeah, I'm holding
going.
mid. One in all.
I'm gonna hold straight. They're gonna try to
You
push
know,
the street
Drake?
probably.
Dashy dead.
Job, I'm getting on globe.
Nothing close glass.
Deep street up, or deep. Oh, dude, he saw me.
I got the guy hold.
Top
Yeah,
S,
nice.
close.
Coming down the
I'm
side.
good.
I'm gonna go
Let's
back.
fucking
I'm gonna go
go.
back.
Dash
go,
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 okay.
go.
He's gold window. He killed me. He's gold window. He's just holding it. I'm gonna spawn in rap street.
Watch your close. Have your close. Have your close.
Okay. I'm
There's
watching
go
deep,
green
deep.
window.
I had to give up close.
I'm going green window, guys. Wait.
One close.
I can kill him from green window.
One mine
One
table.
deep sheet in close.
He's under green window.
Dead.
That's
Well,
one
one
Under
mine
green
table.
window. Wait, underbound. One shot.
Okay.
He's
There's
back,
two.
he's
Two.
back.
One's
Down,
core.
one
One's
shot.
core to me too. Core to me too. Waiting.
I'm going deep sheet.
He's up under the balk. I'm coming to help balk. I'm coming for green window. Let's double hit court.
Envoy on the stairs. Weak.
I hopped out. I'm
Global,
sliding. I'm
global,
sliding. I'm
formal.
sliding.
Formal,
On
global.
balconies. On
Formal
balcony,
balk.
guys.
One's
Nice.
balk.
Envoy on
I'm
balcony.
leaving
One
right.
spawn,
Oh,
spawn bank. Formal spawn bank.
Okay,
Formal
okay,
spawn
okay.
bank.
Man, it's white dead.
One mid balc too, bro.
I'm coming from closet. Sam, I'm coming to help you.
Out of the listening, and we are back. Approaching a 40-point advantage here for OpTic Chicago. Basically, everyone on the NYSL side dead even. We'll see if anyone can get into kind of takeover mode as we get deeper into this game. And we'll see if at this second hard point it can be a little bit cleaner. And they can accrue more of that time, i.e., well, okay, as I say that, 3 are going to go down. They die at the worst imaginable time with like 5 seconds left on the hard point. That's going to be a wide open point for OpTic Chicago. And that's, God, that's going to be a massive swing in the scoreline.
Well, even before that, at that first hill, right, NYSL have the setup from bus. They're able to transition over, but OpTic just get on it. In that NYSL, they kind of played it very conservative to the point where they didn't want to give up spawns for P2. So, they were investing into this second hill. So OpTic, that was just too easy for them. A great job on their part now as they get into their setup. They're turning it into a massive lead. Dashy is able to find 3 kills in a row, make it 4, as Mack just got destroyed, and he's going to get pushed up towards bank.
Yeah, and it feels like Mack, we have been gassing him so much over the past couple months. He has just been incredible as of late. In this particular matchup, if Dashy and Formal are going to be, playing up the par, Mack has got to be on one. But it has been all OpTic over the last couple of minutes. This is a 5 spree now for Envoy. And you can't get broken here if you're NYSL or that's game.
Yeah, pretty darn close to it, right? It would be a heck of a comeback that would need to happen. But there does go the Scump and Dashy duo up towards middle, but they're not able to find anything over towards elbow. So Envoy and Formal just slowing things down, trying to just stay alive, force NYSL to have to worry about them. You see Asim, he's going to spawn out. So you have like these parallel spawns that are forming. But on the hill, it's Clay who's able to win the one-on-one up towards the front on Dashy. That'll give him the time.
I thought they were playing a little bit slow because it was 5 in a row for Envoy, and he got number 6, and I'm like, all right, they're setting him up to get streaks. If they lose this time, it's not a big deal. They still have a huge lead. But then he slid it and shelled that fight. So I don't know. I thought he was going to really look for an easy pick, but I guess he didn't have a lot of players in front of him to work with.
Yeah, it always feels like it's that last kill, right? Every time we're like 5, 6, and then the last one, something crazy happens where there's an overshell. But yeah, Envoy not able to find. Well, he at least has the artillery.
Oh,
so he's just going to ping it for now.
I actually thought that death he didn't get any. So okay, that's a little bit different of a scenario. Sometimes
probably
I'm so
off the
focused on
objective time was able to have it.
Yeah. I'm so focused on the number sometimes I'm not even actually looking at the streak thing bottom right. Okay, well, right back to it. As he takes down 2 and has the artillery, as you mentioned, as the lead climbs to 100. 112 to 212, 5 in a row for Envoy again. Maybe looking to wrap streaks. Well, that's done as the Cast of Curse hits and he drops immediately after. But feels like OpTic can do no wrong within this map 1.
Yeah, they're getting their breaks. They're turning their setups into hill time. Asim just trying to go through towards the flank. Mack's able to find 2. Now, here is the chance. You can chain together 2 hills. They had this opportunity last rotation. You get the scrap time over towards bus. You already have HyDra working the top side of the map, watching escalators, making sure there's no long route that happens while the rest of NYSL get set up. But OpTic, they were able to break this very early on and then really put NYSL in a tough position for P2. But Asim with a nice little flank. But you see what happens. That flank does keep Formal spawned. Clay. He expects him just to push up towards off spawn, but Formal just plays his life very patiently.
He knows he's there. He's just waiting for it. But yeah, Formal's just holding for now. And the timing, a little awkward. I thought Clay still had the edge of the gunfight, but Formal able to win it. He's going to be the kind of lone man lurking on this side, but it's not really allowed NYSL to get much time mid. And every added second so huge for OpTic. There's a contest back in the middle. It's 17 and 12 now for our Game Fuel feature player in Formal.
Yeah, he's really turned things around, but they can win it here. NYSL has to get on the contest for a second or so, and they will. So they're going to take us to another hill. That's a good job by HyDra to go through that window and just get down. But OpTic, they've done a good job. 2 rotations in a row, breaking it here. Well, they have a streak as well. You have Formal just waiting for them to come inside. He's able to... Nope, not going to find that kill. I thought he had a freebie on a Mack. But Mack's able to win that one-on-one to just make sure that they keep control.
Oh, yeah, I thought that was going to be the one, too. Like, it forced him to funnel in and avoid the streak. And, yeah, I thought that'd be the first domino, too, in the break and probably closing out the game. But, yeah, they survived the streak. They'll stay alive for now. They're climbing back into it, now down just around 80. This is going to be the big sequence because they need the time here. And, God, if someone... No one's really close to streaks. If someone could get a streak to use, like, how massive that would be. But you're only going to be able to leave one person on the point.
Well, that's a big reason why you rotate early, right? You don't want to give up free kills so they earn those streaks, and that's when the momentum just gets away from you. But they're taking their time. Clay, he's going to be the only one close enough, and that's going to do it. OpTic, they're going to take map number again, and it's NYSL on their Moscow hard point. It was a great start, a great brace just right from the get-go, and when they had to hold, they did.
Yeah, it ends up being a 50-point game, and it looks pretty close, but yeah, they were up, what, in the 70 to 100-point range for most of it once they started to really run away early in the game. It's a solid effort from OpTic, and the best play will go to our Game Fuel feature player in Formal, who has hit the shots, and you saw a nice bit of patience from him in the spawn out as well. Good discipline, and it's a 1-0 edge for OpTic as we get ready for the search. The boys can feel good about that one.
Yeah, you know, it's their hard point pick. They're able to get that one under their belt, but as I said, it's... You look at maps 4 and 5, Apocalypse and Standoff, and Standoff has been strong for OpTic, but NYSL is undefeated on that map. So it's just, for me, can NYSL get it to APOC? That's one that OpTic hasn't played a lot of, but here on map number 1, it's a team effort there from OpTic. Everybody contributing. You got the streak from Envoy, 3 players with 20 plus, everyone 3,500 damage plus.
Beautifully done. OpTic go up 1-0. We get prepped for the search and destroy coming up next after this quick break.
The Call of Duty League is brought to you by Mountain Dew Game Fuel. Pre-order the new Courageous Sherbet flavor now on GameFuel.com while supplies last. Tournament audio and team listen-ins are powered by Astro Gaming, the official headset and mix amp of the Call of Duty League.
YSL watch party going down in Jersey, and they're having some fun. And they had Zoom on the front. Look at, he's an absolute beast.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure they're doing the Flake live thereafter. So I know Zoom is there, Ben's there, yeah. So everybody's getting fired up. Not fired up after that map number 1, but again, it was OpTic's map pick. And I'm just thinking, you know, you look at Control raid map number 3. This is a huge map here at Express for NYSL.
That's awesome to see. They're having a lot of fun as we check out the Astro Social soundboard. James Matone enjoying just some of the love and support for Subliners going on. But let's get right into our game fuel keys to victory. We're going to check them out for NYSL first. And Joe, you can kind of touch on the stuff that really stood out for you for this squad in this matchup.
Well, I was looking at Mack to kind of bounce back, and he doesn't in that map 1. In the first series back against LA Thieves, he struggled. 0.76, lowest amount of kills on the team. Get back on track and search and destroy. You know, they were right around 50%, but it was getting better. And Asim was leading the way for them with a 1.29 throughout stage 4. So getting him back is key for them. They lost both to LA Thieves. And then Clay and Mack, those are the two difference makers in Control throughout their stage 4s. They both had around 1.4s in their wins.
Yeah, it's got to be tough to do keys for them right now because it's sort of a weird situation where they didn't have him for the major. It's like the key is sort of get back to what you were doing before that, if they'll be able to. Yeah. But now to the game field keys to victory for OpTic.
Well, Envoy, this has been a matchup he struggled in throughout the year. He's got a 0.89, but he has a much better map 1, and that's what you want to see from him. And then Formal must play like he did versus Legion. I don't expect him to have a 1.48, but he needs to be a bigger contributor in my mind, and I think he was. He really got going, was playing his life. You know, they won that Moscow pretty handily, and then be ready to deal with early NYSL coming off their loss. I thought that NYSL just getting this roster back, losing the first match, I thought they were going to come out hot, and they do just that. OpTic took care of business on their hard point.
They handle their map pick. Now we'll see what they can do as we get to this S&D pick for NYSL. We're going to check out the quick scope presented by Scump quickly, just to look on the year, as we'll check in with this every time and see, you know, how it's looking based on, you know, match in and match out over the course of the year.
Yeah, I mean, hardpoint great for both of these teams. Obviously, NYSL was at stage 3 when they were undefeated, or just about in that game mode. So with HyDra on the roster, that's where they've really turned it around, but that's where OpTic's been strong all year. S&D's been pretty 50-50 for both of these squads, but Control has been a recent struggle for NYSL. They've gotten better, but OpTic, that is where they're leading the way.
Well, we're getting ready for the search. Unfortunately, just a minor server issue, so we're waiting for everybody to get loaded in. While we do, we're headed to a quick break. We'll be back as fast as we can.
The winners bracket continues. OpTic Gaming facing off against Justice here on the main stage.
My first time playing OpTic was in 2015, my first year competing.
Envoy, the newcomer to the squad, and pressure hits and gets to everyone.
That OpTic team was Formal, Scump, Karma, Crim. It was the beginning of their dynasty. It was not pretty. We ended up losing to them 4-1. It was probably the worst series I've probably ever played. That was my first memory, and it wasn't a good one.
Bang, bang, bang. Thank you very much.
I first heard about OpTic way back in the Modern Warfare 2 days. At first, they were just like a sniping clan with Predator, Hector, D-Treats, all those historic snipers. That's when I found like a new drive or a new passion, I guess you could say, for COD.
Throwing shoulders. Oh, he catches him. That's unbelievable.
He's the walking score streak.
Here he goes, baby.
But not from Envoy. Not seen from Envoy.
From story teams across the entire planet.
Going into the CDL, I was very uncertain of where I was going to land. I sure as hell didn't think I was going to land on OpTic.
Most pros, their goal is to join OpTic. I mean, it's like the Yankees of esports, you know what I'm saying? So it was like the one org I always wanted to play for, even when I was just a fan. It was definitely the one team I wanted to join.
The tempest of the young phenom. Is this where he ices it?
In the offseason of 2018, Seth and Crim at first approached me to join. I had other offers and stuff like that from other teams, but as soon as OpTic offered me, I was like, yeah. I didn't think twice about it, and then didn't look back.
Before this, I teamed with, a bunch of youngsters, a bunch of unknowns, and now I'm teaming with seasoned vets.
Dashy, Envoy, Formal, and Scum. OpTic need no introduction here in the Call of Duty world.
Well, we ran a bit of an OpTic piece there, so we're just waiting to get back into it. Unfortunately, still working through the server issues. But yeah, this is a team, an organization with some of the greatest accolades and the greatest dynasty in the history of the esport. Just looking to kind of regain that former glory. It's got to be tough. I got to think if you're somebody like Formal and Scump and you've been there, you've been on top, you've experienced that. This just battle now, because we're going on what? Kind of 3 years, I believe, of trying to get back to that point where you're this dominant top team. And it's got to look even more worrisome now when you see a roster like FaZe and the success they've been having the last couple of years. Like, how do you get back there?
Yeah, I think it's just one of those things where OpTic has always been associated with winning, right? I mean, even early on, when I was a part of the team, like early 2010s, like there was a precedent of you have to win. That is what the fan base expects. So obviously now the competition is better than ever. I think we all realize that and how difficult it can be to win. But getting back to that point, I think these, as fans, you just want to see them be in contention, right? Get to a final. We just haven't seen that quite yet.
Well, yeah, I mean, and over that stretch, when they were in that Dynasty Forum, there just were a few teams that really rivaled them. One of them being that FaZe roster. Zuma, I know you're out there, buddy. Some of the battles they had back then, double best of 7 grand finals, some insane sequences. And I just want to give Zuma some love. So I know he's out there partying, getting riled up at the watch party. But our Game Fuel featured player, Informal, just trying to keep it all smiles and laughs as they work through this to get back in. And yeah, just apologies. I'm just having trouble getting everybody into the server, getting ready to go. Obviously want to make sure all the conditions are ideal for everybody participating, especially when it is 2 top teams playing each other. I hate to keep us delayed. We want to get into it. Trust me, it is a big matchup, and I'm still riled up from the England-Italy match, but we have to go to another quick break. We'll be back as quickly as we can. Do not go anywhere. Hello and welcome back. Unfortunately, the current server issue we have appears to be a little bit more severe than we thought as we're waiting to get everybody in and ready to continue this battle. So we are hot off one of the greatest major finals we've ever had. Goes all the way to a Game 9. It was ludicrous. We're actually going to check out one of the games from that final. We're going to watch Game 7. As soon as everybody is back in and loaded up, we'll get into the game. Thank you for your patience.
Priestahh, he's gonna take some shots. Now he's got Cell to deal with, and look at that snap. Classic and Octane able to find some kills. They have life advantage, but Scump with 3.
Trying to do it inside the play, but Cammy doesn't want to go down without a fight. Another triple as the multi-kills keep on stacking up. Can iLLeY beat the hero? He does it! iLLeY clutches up in the 1v2.
2 times, able to win one-on-ones, but that Priestahh, he gets spotted. This is gonna be a stack.
Dallas, come out swinging. Ridiculous performance coming out of Empire.
It's just Crim there.
It's just Crim and Ultra bring it back. As the child towards the middle of the map. Formal going big in the round, and he wins that one too. OpTic take it 6-4.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Major 4, the Grand Finals, brought to you by GameFuel, and what a tournament it has been. What a final it has been. We're all tied up 3-3 now going into our next matchup, and what a control that was, pals. If that didn't tickle your pickle, well, I would book an appointment with a doctor, because coming up next, we've got Search and Destroy on Express. We've got an Apocalypse Hardpoint and a Raid S&D. The final showdown, should we need to get there. And by the things, well, the way things are going right now, chance, oh my god, it could actually happen. 6-4 in the first search, 6-3 in the second search, went the way of Dallas. Now over to Express we go. What do you think, mate?
Well, I think we're on our 7th map, and this would have been the 2nd map in the entire series that I think the Empire actually have an edge. Obviously, the series has not played out like that at all, but this is one of the only things where I was like, all right, if Dallas Empire can get to this point, like, okay, they've made it, and they're tied in this situation, not even back against the wall, and just to try to, like, go through the list. iLLeY's been playing out of his mind. Shotzzy is making an argument for being the best player in the world, like, straight up. Yeah. Crim is having a phenomenal day on top of Grand Finals, and on the flip side, FaZe, who are still the #1 team in the world, most of it is just taking care of business. I'm so shocked that they dropped the Moscows, but they've been tearing it up on the Raid. Anytime you get those just like nail biter of a round, they just find ways to come out on top. It's delivered. This series is delivered. I think for anyone, like anything you'd want to see for either team across the board, both teams, all players, everyone have been on point. A war of a series that we have had so far, and well, the next 3 maps we got Express, S&D, Apocalypse Hardpoint, and then we finish off with a Raid S&D should we get there. But Express, one of the only quote-unquote weak maps for Atlanta FaZe, I know that they have put in the work and grinded to start to figure this bad boy out. And on the flip side for Empire, well, I'm looking at Crimsix, or maybe even not. Maybe I'm looking at all of them, right? iLLeY's performance is out of his mind. Crimsix, this map has been his home. Miles, what I'm saying is, I'm excited.
I'm speak your language, mate. I think we're all excited to see what the name of all things sacred, what in the sweet baby race sauce are we about to witness here on Express. But here we go. The Search and Destroy prowess for both teams has been admirable. They have really put on a show. Honestly, I don't know what to envisage. You know, I like to kind of have an idea of like who's going to go big here and who's not. But instead, we're going to strap ourselves in, friends, and we're going to enjoy the ride. Here we go. Express, Search and Destroy in Dallas with a clean 2 to start this one off. And could it be a perfect sweep? No. Simp, Cell, they're going to answer back with 2 of their own. Cellium puts one into a teammate. And with that, it's a 2v1. Cellium now left alone, and Crimsix closes it out. It wasn't Shotzzy, it was Crim. Woo! Nice job. Good round.
I mean, they are very similar players, but this is just a very bold call. Coming, dude, they both did it. Arcitys and aBeZy trying to work through the middle, but unfortunately for them, the Empire sent 3. Massive gunfight wins, and unfortunate towards the end because Cellium actually nearly opened up the round for his team. He caught Shotzzy down low. Potentially a pinch could have get set up, but just a clean opening break. And again, if you paid attention on the Moscow, the thing that really changed the game for the Empire, they were switching plays up constantly. Offense, defense, doesn't matter. They are mixing things up and their play calls were on point. FaZe, they're going to have to deliver and start making these constant adjustments as well, as at least for their first round on attack, it is a quick 3 men over towards Zay and aBeZy. The first blood Reaper doesn't even commit. They both get out with 1 HP.
Oh my God, what is that? One of the signs of the apocalypse? aBeZy starting the kill, but not quite getting it. Here we go, though. All sorts being thrown at each other right now. At this point in time, everyone's pockets are empty. They're going to be throwing lint and foul language at this stage. Here comes the play, though. aBeZy once again, eyes are on. Vivid with the shots. Trades, out we go. Slip, sliding. Oh no, Shotzzy's gun obscured the view of Arcitys. He didn't see him. And with that, though, iLLeY gets first blood. We like it. Shotzzy takes a second shot at it and does manage to land it. And there we go, 4v2. Atlanta get the bomb down. Cellium from the backline. aBeZy from inside the train. Oh, sweet child of mine. Crim, though, he's on a 4 spree. And now it's Cellium. Last player left alive. Shotzzy throwing shoulders. Now trying to allow the play to develop. You've got plenty of time, chance, hours in COD language to get the kill. And now get the defuse. They're going to play this one safe.
Unbelievable stuff.
They're going to play this safe. We've still got to get those trophies through. Sweet Christmas. What a round.
And an interesting thing, I think Empire overall have had somewhat of mixed success on this map, but when they are good, they are great. And when they are great, Crimsix has been popping off. I think one of the few like 10-0 performances where a player doesn't die, I think Crim provided on this map. Obviously, you know he knows it well from Black Ops 2 and making the reads, right? That was a 2v4 that FaZe immediately turned into a 2 versus 2, but aBeZy trying to get out with his life through the middle trains. That's where Crimsix is waiting for the kill to fall in his lap. Playing incredibly well so far. And you talk about the mixed bag, right? They double hit or triple hit mid last time. I think even this round, they sent 2. In FaZe, they try to make the hard read. They just stack the hell out of A. Meanwhile, the bomb over towards B, gonna be planted. And right now for Empire, they have control of everything they could possibly want. They got iLLeY inside the hallway. They get Shotzzy to take care of ramp. You get Vivid on one of the best head glitches in the game. And Crimsix responsible for the flank. iLLeY, though, he gets caught.
He finds himself in the wrong part of town. He's out. Arcitys trying to lead the charge. Shotzzy, though, movement on point. In and out he goes. Guerrilla warfare at the finest. aBeZy, though, from behind, takes care of Crim. Looking for them for these players. The shots are there. Simp's going to find one more. Vivid stays alive, but not long enough. The defuse comes through. Atlanta FaZe stop the bleeding. Tiny Terrors, they find the success here in the 3rd round.
And that's a very important round for them to get, not just for the fact that, you know, you're only down 2-1 instead of 3-0, but just to say, hey, you can plan over at this site and we will have the retakes for you. And aBeZy putting in work. Again, Crimsix, the guy that's supposed to be watching the flank. Well, aBeZy, man that just finds openings all the time, finds another one there. The swarm too quick and just efficient teamwork, right? Double challenge in to take down iLLeY. After that, just hit him from all angles. Wonderful round for FaZe to get for that bounce back. And now they go back on the attack. Last time they were able to get that bomb planted over towards A, but I don't know how many times they will do the same thing in a row.
Swap it out
the
last.
case. Now over towards B.
Yeah, over towards B. I was going to say they could train the members of Empire to expect that play and breathe them towards A is going to be one thing. Over, though, to iLLeY, the lone defender here towards that B side of the map, and he's going to just back on up, play very, very safe for now. Meanwhile, the rest of the site will be firmly in the hands of Atlanta FaZe. Bomb being planted quickly now by Arcitys. And the slight reshuffle now from Dallas Empires. They've got the pick of... Oh my! Pick of the play. And speaking of picks, there's one for Crim.
And he was able to find a lot of first bloods as well. But he still got the swarm. You got players trying to flank, and Simp can only find one, and Shotzzy finds the next. The dominoes have fallen. Arcitys for a 1v3, now making a 1v2. You know he's going to find his kill eventually. He can't get it. The help is too quick. The coordination too good in the gunny from Crimsix, by the way. I know he's got the AR, but that is an old man with the reaction time of a very young 18-year-old to snap on Simp up top. Crim has been putting in the work.
I say battle tank in the body of a human being right now. That was an incredible opening pick as well, man. Like I can't believe he got that. He stayed in this position as he hits towards the front of the tracks. That's where Simp starts to take his shots, and howdy doody. Oh man, it's a clean 3, the headshots. Oh, see you later, son. I'm your daddy.
Happy Father's Day to all.
Another round now for
Empire.
Dallas. Yeah, man, on offense.
I was going to say, I mean, shown a few different looks, had a creative play towards the middle of the map. They've definitely been favoring this B site, and Cellium doesn't even go for the ball. Bangs it. Crim with the first blood. Connects with the headshots. Now you got Simp inside a ticket, though, and Arcitys is there for the help. So that's even up to a 3v3. Very quickly, but the Swarm is there. And Vivid, hunted killer drone on the map. The Swarm, the annihilation, the crispiness of the first bloods. That is a blink and you miss it round, and look at the timing and the aggression and the willingness to fly. Vivid, the new man on the team, does not lack any confidence. 4-1 lead for the Empire.
And this is not exactly what you expect, truly, from anyone of Atlanta FaZe. Starting to show real signs of unease. They're starting to get a little tense. Grouped up like that, no eyes on the flank, they're letting these mistakes fly by and the damage is being done. Once again, back to the 3-1 split. iLLeY the lone defender, no problem. He's got Cellium's number, first blood. That is a tremendous start. The bomb may be planted at B. You've got Simp, though, going for something here by the A site, and might be a stick, might be a kill. Oh, Shotzzy gets away, Vivid does not, and back and forth the trades go. 2v2. It's a 1v1 over here by the A-bomb site, and over by B, it's a 1v1 as well. It's Crimsix, and it's Arcitys, and it is over. Oh my gentle Jesus. It's 5-1, and Dallas Empire are 1 round away from taking another search and destroy.
And they're giving them nothing to work with at any given moment, right? Cellium's gotten blooded like 2 rounds in a row by the ARs. Simp might start to find an opening, but he gets traded out. Empire, they have just been on point on this map. Again, if there was any map in this series where I was just leaning the direction of Dallas, it was this one. They still need to close out the game, because if there is any team I am terrified of at any given moment, FaZe, can make these comebacks. And they have aggressed towards the middle of the map. aBeZy is quick to find an opening, but he gets caught. You got iLLeY tucked in the back of the map. The play calls from Dallas in searches, at least the past 2 maps, have been perfect.
Sitting in your spawn, it's the ode to Clayster. Now the play towards A, bomb in hand. Only going to be Arcitys really over there now, as you can see the jostling between 7 and 8. That's Simp and Cellium. Pressure now towards that A bomb site, and again, the Dallas Empire, numbers in their side. Oh, that flash check could not have been any more perfect. Now you know there's at least 1 player there, possibly 2. And Arcitys, slow and steady, waiting for the sound cues, waiting for the noise, waiting to peek onto that bomb site and hopefully kill a planting player. But now, Wyatt, 35 seconds on the clock chance. Look at that angle. Oh, we saw the foot.
And trophy's out. That's when you know the play is going to get called. But right now, I mean, you're a man down for FaZe. They're not going to be able to slide in. Arcitys tries to make the play. You know the trade should be there. Simp protects him for a moment. Arcitys still alive with 1 HP, and he's going to be able to heal back up.
He heals back up. The gunfight's still here. A couple of tags go his way. Vivid just dialed in. Not going to let him get away with his life. And now it's all on a Cellium. Oh, he's gone. Cellium is done. You've got yourself Dallas with a 6-1 on Search and Destroy, and Express is over. It truly was the Express, mate. That barely lasted for 6 minutes. I'll wait to see the stats on that one. Wow! Dallas! Incredibly dominant display there. A chance they've taken the lead in the series. They've actually put themselves...
taken momentum.
That's for a tournament point!
Tournament point, indeed. And if you look at them, I mean, you couldn't even tell. If you were to just look at the player's phase, that is very much just dialed in, laser focused, ready for the next map. On the flip side for FaZe, I mean, they've had a few times this year, certainly throughout. Toronto's given it to them as well, New York a couple times. They've dealt with adversity, and they've done a very respectable job of making these comebacks, but the pressure is on them. And I gotta say, it's not really a favored map for either of these teams going to Apocalypse for the next game, but FaZe, they are dealing with just a hefty amount of pressure. I don't know how many times I've seen aBeZy when he's looking for those first bloods, not even like chow the gunfight towards the end, things like that. Catch me off guard with Crimsix, just again, feather in his cap, shades of Black Ops 2. Might be an old man, but the gunny's 18, 9-1 performance. Again, he delivers on Express.
What a performance so far. Tournament point for Dallas Empire. Atlanta FaZe have got to make the comeback here on Apocalypse Hardpoint to force that final and exciting Game 9. Will we need to get there though, friends? We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, more COD. You do not want to miss this. Tweet the stream! Get your friends in here! Bring the dogs and everything! This is going to be a good one.
Hello and welcome back. As much as I would love to be the bearer of good news, I do not deliver that yet. But we're hopefully getting close. Unfortunately, it is it's a more widespread server issue than we thought. They're working on it. It's just outside of our control, and they're waiting to get everyone in the game. I watched everyone get in the lobby a couple times, Joe, and then what happens?
Well, they disconnect. I'm seeing it, but they're just making sure everything is stable. So there's always a chance we're gonna show you another map from the major final, but there's always a chance that big bald head guy comes back and interrupts us. So
that is what I'm known for. Yes, just being the bearer of bad news and massively bald. So we're going to hop to Game 8 of that Major 4 final. While we wait to get ready to go, I see everybody in. There's making sure everything is good to go. Hopefully it is, and we'll be ready to rock sooner than later. But thank you again for your patience. We love you all with 1,000 hearts. We'll be right back.
We are back, friends. Apocalypse Hardpoint coming up next here in the grand finals of Major 4, presented by Game Fuel. Dallas Empire, Atlanta FaZe, in what has been a thrilling and, quite frankly, exhausting series. These two teams truly going toe-to-toe, and it has been one hell of a contest. But thus far, Dallas have put themselves at tournament point. One more map win is all they need. Can Atlanta FaZe mount the comeback here on Apocalypse Hardpoint chance and force that showdown? Raid, search and destroy. We can only hope and pray as completely neutral Call of Duty fans. But for those who are batting for either side, I'm sure your fingernails are a thing of the past.
Just gotta take a big breath and get ready for this, man. A best of 9. It has been a long series. The players have had to be focused for, I don't even know how long it's been, an hour, 2 hours, but
long time.
Ridiculous stuff so far. I mean, dude, think about the year. Dallas are one map away from winning the first land back in 470 days. This is your online world champs who are gonna be criticized more than any other team for that fact, to come out in this performance after dropping Hook, which, like, you drop an undroppable player, it seems insane. They have turmoil throughout the middle of the year, and all of a sudden, one map away with their extra pickup, their third roster change, or their second roster change that they have worked with, picking up Vivid, and they're one map away from making it happen, Miles. I mean, you just have to tip the cap. It has been an incredibly impressive run for the Empire, who, even if you're thinking back to Major 1, are looking for revenge. They could have been your Major 1 champs, but it was FaZe that took them down. They're trying to get the job done, but aBeZy, a menace on the map, a player you always have to deal with. We'll see if he can get these players out of the hill.
Again, this is a must-win for Atlanta FaZe. Tournament point for Dallas Empire. And aBeZy, beautiful start, 3-0, continuing to terrorize Dallas at every single opportunity he's had. iLLeY will hold down Temple side. That's a very, very important spot to be in. Dallas have spawned a little funny, but they should be able to cross over. Shotzzy will be first in. aBeZy now through the backside of the Temple. And iLLeY's job now is to hold this position as best he possibly can. Dig the heels in. Do not let Atlanta FaZe in, because if they get in, a lot of hardpoint time will go their way on that coveted second hill. So far, though, on first, early grabs from Atlanta FaZe, decent amount of time, but they are yet to break in. But it's the Terrors, both of them lined up now, and iLLeY will drop. He doesn't take one with him. Crim's up next, and aBeZy, 5 in a row. This is a cruising through Temple side. Their prayers have been answered, and they've got themselves P2.
Literal perfection. You spawn on the bad side, you have an opening break, you got aBeZy. He's on a 5 spree looking for streaks. You got Cellium this far up the map looking for some kills, and, well, he gets dealt with. But look at the amount of pressure Dallas have on the map. It's 0. They don't have any. A perfect rotation and some great teamwork coming through aBeZy. He needs 1 kill to get streaks this early in the game. Takes him 0 seconds to deliver. Finds the first, give him the cruise, or maybe don't. Take his kill, make him earn it, as you just have perfection on P2. This is going to be a full 60, and what a way to set the tone. Your back is against the wall, and you open the map like this.
Oh, my word. Full streaks. Not a death in sight for aBeZy, and a beautiful opening here on Apocalypse for Atlanta FaZe. And bear in mind as well that the hard points in this grand final have been going all the way to Dallas Empire. Stats be damned. Rotation will come underway, though, and it will see iLLeY. Dallas Empire able to get themselves on the board, but after 2 difficult hard points, they have not exactly looked good in the score department. However, that being said, once again, Apocalypse, we've seen some mighty comebacks on this map. Be able to chain those hard points together, and aBeZy, 9-0. Sweet. I mean, someone stop him. Someone's got to put an end to this run. Crim, thank goodness, because that was starting to get highlight reel worthy.
I mean, it just took him 2 minutes and 10 seconds to die a single time. That is not an ideal stat, and he's not even wasting time. Doesn't want to save it for the P3 breaks. Make it happen right here. P4, excuse me. Gonna try to curve it. He's able to pick up 2. His teammates can't even clear the point because iLLeY from inside gets the double headshot feed. So that is a cruise missile used on a hill that is very much protected. And all for naught potentially. I mean, Empire making the best of a very bad situation. Still 20 seconds of scrap time they're going to be thinking about. But if you're thinking about the rotation, Cellium, he's been posted up on that statue for quite some time. Atlanta are making sure they do not get out-rotated. As Empire maybe starting to think about potentially working their way through no man's. They're going to swing around the back of the map. These are important gunfights. Arcitys has some pressure on him.
Arcitys, the pressure is certainly on, and here we go. Let's go for a very quick Astro Gaming listening with Atlanta FaZe and see how they handle this push.
Soup, Shotzzy. Watch out. Good trade. Look for Crim, Shotzzy. One in the back. I got front.
I bench. Yo, take that. Take one shot. Absolutely take one shot. Slow down, Coop.
Coop
again. Bench. Push out.
Keep these spawns. We should have. Push out front.
I'm gonna
They have chosen Coop. They're all rotating.
Yeah, they are rotating. I'm pitching.
Two more there. Last two.
Keep blocking.
Go, these guys are fucking ass.
Get
your full. One front. Reach in front of me. Okay, I'm trying to. Shotzzy in front of me. There's 2.
They're all going front.
I've locked down. 2. Good time. I'm giving you up. My time, they got me. Nice, good trade. One more.
Two more in time.
Last two. She's close to streaks. I spawned there. I'm blocking by the tree. Watch her. I'm helping Chris. Yeah, I help Chris. Dig on me? He can't out. No, you're. Coop, grab me. He's pushing fast. I'll see. Yeah, block. Play top in, alright?
Yep, 9 streaks.
Hit around again. Coop.
That's Atlanta FaZe bringing the passion. You know that they want to win this map. They want to force that game 9, the final chance in this tournament to stay alive. And they're doing a beautiful job so far, Chance here on Apocalypse.
Oh, passion indeed. MC Cellium, he's starting to get hot and hype in the hill. He's had a ton of time where he's just been hanging out with no gunfights to take, but when he's taking them, he's on an 8 spree. Finally gets taken down, but so far already what we have seen just from the first set of rotations, aBeZy at a moment goes on a tear. Cellium at a moment goes on a tear. They have built themselves a very nice lead. They still have a score streak or 2 at their disposal. And maybe for Empire, I'm going to say long-term, you're in a good spot, and they find aBeZy in Temple. So maybe for the next 2 hills, Empire can start to think about this turnaround, but it is certainly a tough spot they're going to be working in. But the more you kill Cellium, the better. As long as you can slow him down, you're feeling just a little bit, you can breathe easier.
Yeah, so for you Dallas fans at home who are wondering what's going on, when Cellium's dead, good. When Cellium's alive, bad. But right now, simple stuff, baby. But right now, that central hardpoint being contested now by Atlanta FaZe. Again, you can see those white arrows on the minimap doing the good work there. But again, lining up for the next one is going to be Dallas Empire. They do have second Temple side, right-hand side of the map. A powerful position to be in. Got it. It's all theirs. 100 points separating these 2 teams right now. And a big old comeback. It's got to have to happen. Unless Dallas, we're going to raid, search, and destroy for that final map. And oh my God, they've killed them all. Dallas are down, the pings are out, and here comes the hit from Cellium. And what did I say a minute ago? Say him alive, bad. When Cellium's dead, it's good. And man, it is good right now for Atlanta FaZe.
And I love just a little ping to be like, yep, everything's clear. But when the hill actually pops, a lot of gunfights get lost and Empire be able to surge through. Unfortunately, well, you do have to deal with aBeZy. He's going on the quick wrap, and it looks like iLLeY's going to read it, but he can't win the gunfight. Tyler Ferris, ever present on the map, and they're dropping the bombs to get the break. You got a 100-point lead right now. aBeZy wins another gunfight towards the back. It takes a team kill with the inside, but you can't stop aBeZy. Doesn't make a difference. Holy I can't say the word. He's 25-7, Miles.
I'm the one with the beat button, baby. He's 25-7 now on a 6 spree. aBeZy fighting tooth and nail like his life depends on it to force that final round. And here we go. iLLeY's trying to get it done through the front. And oh, man, he takes the terrors with him. Now trying to get onto that hard point. This is such a difficult battle for Dallas Empire. Such a hard map to even find success on unless you have those rotations and those decent holds. And so far, they may get to the point. But FaZe, blistering pace here on Apocalypse, cut them down every chance they get. Points up.
I'm still just inherently, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but inherently just terrified of aBeZy. Again, he is just lighting the kill feed up. Even Simp starting to pick up a couple kills right now. Someone needs to turn things around for the Empire. Shotzzy trying to be that guy. And the SMGs are the guys picking up kills in the feed. And well, you kill aBeZy, another good thing to have happen. But even Arcitys with his 74U can make something happen. He's on a 4 spree as well. This is just 74U dominance all over the map for Atlanta FaZe.
I mean, every possible avenue of attack is just going the way of Atlanta FaZe, and this is an absolute whooping here on Apocalypse. We have 20 plus seconds remaining in this hard point, and FaZe, I mean, they're going to grab it. Rotations are down. Dallas Empire, control of that top side of the map. They should be able to get in there, but they do not want to let this time go. At this point in time, if you're Dallas, I mean, are you talking raid, search, and destroy strats? Is that where your head is at? This is such an ass-whooping chance. That can of ass-whooping, that's long gone, mate. That can's already been recycled, and that can is now already being repurposed as something else, because this has been something special. aBeZy 29 and 12, 24 and 16 for Simp, 21 and 12 for Cellium. Sweet. Sweet candy. This is good COD.
And the biggest issue right now for the Empire, who are obviously going to lose this game on this hill, you have just given up a performance where it's not like Atlanta FaZe are stressed out at this point. You have just given them all of the confidence in the world. I mean, aBeZy, 31 and 12, everyone across the board. You have 2 players on the side of Empire that just went double negative. I'm not saying Empire don't have it in them to bounce back, but FaZe, in a dominant fashion, are going to be carrying a ton of momentum into that game 9. That was an electric performance from start to finish. The Tiny Terrors terrorize indeed.
For the first time, ladies and gentlemen, in Call of Duty League history, we can safely say it, we are going to a game 9. This tournament, Major 4, is going the whole way, as these players are putting everything into this one and not letting this one slide. Dallas Empire backs against the wall throughout most of the tournament, playing from that lower bracket. It has been tragedy upon tragedy to get them to this point, and here they find themselves in that final map. For Atlanta FaZe, you're playing for pride. You're playing for the fact that, yeah, the online era of COD, we've ran it in Cold War. Now on land, we are trying to get the job done. We are tied up 4-4. We're going into a final map.
And you are going to that final map for FaZe again, just full speed ahead. aBeZy nearly gets that 5K damage mark. Simp and Cellium right there with them. That was just an absurd performance from start to finish. Happy to be on Apocalypse because Atlanta FaZe are trying to bring the Apocalypse. Just an insane performance, even on P1, getting the majority of time. A blind every game, you put him in the 100-point club right before the final map. We get to see if it's enough to get the job done.
Will it be enough to get the job done? Atlanta FaZe riding the momentum into this final map, the absolute last map here in the tournament. Major 4 has been a blinder, friends. An exceptional, exceptional contest. And after this quick commercial break, we will finally decide a champion. Don't go anywhere, friends. This is it.
Hello, we are back. back. Big thank you to each and every one of you that have been so patient. I see everyone in the lobby. I see us searching for game. It has been a server issue, which I am sorry took so long, but you see the players smiling, clapping their hands, trying to stay warm and get ready to rock.
I'm with it. I'm down. I'm ready to go. I'm clapping it up too, Asim. Maybe he's not clapping and warming his hands up, but that's fine. Okay.
Okay, we're not clapping our hands. We were so excited. I was told we were ready to go, and then once they tried to start it, there's still an issue, and you might be able to tell from Clay's reaction that is the case. So again, you get to see my bald, disappointed face. Head.
Sad man.
I think we can all agree that this is Miles' fault.
What? How does that work?
I just know that it is. In some way, Miles is to blame for this. So feel free to tweet him, Miles the Ross on Twitter. I am sure he has something to do with this. Just look at his face, the way he smiles, that beard. He is a villain. And we'll blame Miles for all of this. But as unfortunately the issues continue, we're going to quickly go back into that final series, into map 9. As soon as we can go, trust me, we are ready to go. We're just waiting for it to work. We'll be back.
Oh, it's your fault. You're the commissioner.
The game has turned on its head. Run! Run! Get onto the point! Cellium finds himself 2 more. Oh, baby! Absolutely slayed. What a magnificent comeback from Atlanta. Dallas Empire have smashed the gates open.
Fellow with the round 1 ace.
Oh, it's a shot punch. Oh, no! Once again, they saved the day.
Truly does all come down to this, a single map to decide our tournament. So we look back over the stage, or actually over the year so far now. For Dallas Empire Atlanta FaZe, it was 5-2. The first time these two teams met. A 5-3 loss to Ultra there in stage number 2, and a massive victory, stage 3 against the New York Subliners. But now, things are different. Those first 3 majors, the era of online COD slowly fizzling to an end. We slowly but surely reopen doors, welcome fans, welcome players, and everyone back indoors as the world slowly starts to heal. We will see a new champion potentially crowned here if Dallas Empire can close this one out. My name is Miles Ross, his name is Chance. We hope you are well hydrated, very comfortable, and hopefully well fed, because we don't want you to go anywhere, really. This is going to be one hell of a match. Chance, we've come a long way, mate. Tell me about these teams. Tell me about how wonderful both these teams are and the incredible journey they've both gone on.
I don't even know where to begin. Well, we'll start with Atlanta because it's easier. They've been dominant the entire year, either first or second place. Their home is the grand finals. Even last year, their home has been the grand finals. The players are ridiculous. They live for these moments. This is what they do. On the flip side for Dallas, your reigning world champs, in an online fashion, have now come out on the first LAN and are a map away from taking care of business, getting the job done. They dropped an undroppable player and somehow potentially have gotten even better, looking for revenge against FaZe, who beat them a few months ago. A ridiculous situation that we find ourselves in. Both of these teams have been playing out of their mind. And keep in mind, it's been a very long series. This is a best of 9. This is doubling up on the scrims. This is 7 hours straight that Empire have been going at it. This has been a day and a half for these guys. And it's what they live for, man. This one final map.
Social soundboard powered by Astra. Their silence, he's calling it perfectly. That is one hell of a series in front of us, friends. But again, for Dallas, I mean, the adrenal fatigue, these incredible comebacks, they've got to be exhausted. And that mental clarity still has to be at an all-time high, if not the highest it's been all day. Raid, Search and Destroy, a very, very solid map. A very, very important one, of course. The entire tournament now hangs in the balance. Everything comes down to this chance. The same can be said for FaZe. They managed to get that winner's bracket run. They managed to basically dictate the entire series based on the vetoes. And in the end, it really does come down to one more map. Do Dallas Empire have the resolve and the stamina to keep going, to keep putting up these historic plays, these career highs for some of these players? Crim has won the most Call of Duty tournaments in the entire world. Has he still got it in him to dig deep when it really matters and pull home a win? Oh my god. Just start the game. Fist bumps are out. Let's go. The final map chance of what has been a historic tournament. The first time back on LAN in 470 days. And we are treated to one hell of a spectacle. Game 9. Raid, search and destroy, and it starts right now.
And that is one of the craziest things, man. Atlanta FaZe these past 2 years, there's been, I think, 3 tournaments where they haven't made the grand finals. This is their home. They're playing against Crim, who is Mr. Grand Finals. He has been winning tournaments for a literal decade at this point. And we're going to Raid, where he won a ton of tournaments back in the day as well. Crim, you gotta keep an eye on him, but frankly, it is across the lobby. We have seen a ton of battles, but if you're looking at the head-to-head, just for the sake of getting out there, FaZe has been better on this map all year long, but Empire, if it's not clear yet, they have hit potentially their final form. They are knocking on the devil's door in a very slow round. I think they literally just had to figure out where they wanted to go.
Maybe, or is this just to throw timing off a little? You see FaZe getting somewhat skittish, and again, the smiles of the players on FaZe have gone. It is strictly business now. The little demons that we've seen them be throughout the season, laughing, glee as they rip their opponents to pieces. Those smiles are gone, and it's strictly business. But here we go. Over towards... Oh! What a stick from aBeZy! What a throw through pillars, through the concrete bollards, and right into the back pocket of Vivid. Oh, my word, what a first blood that was. And of all the people to do it, Mr. First Blood himself, Chance. Less than 50 on the clock.
And this is the home, too. aBeZy and Simp work in the middle of the map, playing the angles. Simp, he knows the deal. He's feeding the information. And he's only seen one player cross, so his teammates that are right now back jungle maybe can start making moves. They give up the bomb plant, and he never saw Shotzzy again. He knows one player pushed the laundry.
Oh, iLLeY. Easy aBeZy. aBeZy. Oh, my word. aBeZy feeling confident, but that's it. It's trusting his teammate to get the kill. 4v2 now. 30 seconds left on the bomb. Shotzzy, nice kill there. And the second, oh my word. Oh, the hip fire though. Cellium will live to fight another day. 1v2 as Crim now has to keep the bomb safe. Cellium's going to peek out. He will drop. 50 seconds on the clock, and aBeZy so far so dangerous. The first kill on the round and the last. He gets the defuse. And FaZe get on the board first.
Absolutely clinical. Just a perfectly played round. The stick gives you that man advantage. Simp and aBeZy working in tandem to find that kill top ring. Shotzzy, Mr. MVP, making things spicy, picking up the 2-piece and nearly turned it into 3. It is clean work out of both teams and near heroics out of either. Even Crim for the 1v2. He had the right idea. If he rounds that corner and gets away, aBeZy might not be able to clutch it. That is a dire round for a first one, but FaZe get the job done. Their turn to attack. And we know that these guys love to be aggressive on Raid, and to B they go. And for Empire, they've sent everybody towards the middle of the map. There's nobody here, nobody home. You can get this down for free, or Shotzzy can find the play, gets the first blood.
Oh, can't get away with his life though. aBeZy's going to overshoot now quickly. He should catch Crim. Crim's dead. Crim's dead. Crim's dead. He made a bit of a meal of it, but 2v3 now. Dallas, they're in kitchen. You're going to have high ground over the bomb now, but not the best angles to work with. Trophies, thank God for those. iLLeY stays alive. Vivid, he's getting aggressive. Oh, stops the bomb being planted, but it's not going to be enough. iLLeY's going to get cut down as well. Too many members of FaZe up. Too solid a work, and that's going to be 2 rounds now to Atlanta FaZe.
And that is that tried and true aBeZy swagger, right? There might have been moments in Express where you just expect him to run the show, but he couldn't quite make it happen. This is a best of 9, map 9 in the grand finals, and he just immediately sprints to the other team's spawn. He's doing this on the biggest stage in the biggest moment. No fear in this kid's heart. 4-0 start as well. And you just know they're going right back to the middle of the map. They're going to dominate it. Maybe iLLeY goes for some wall bangs, but Simp and aBeZy, tiny tears. This will be their home on defense. They have just taken control once again. And for Empire, well, you can play off the information all you want. If you don't have that map control, it is going to be tough to fight around these two.
These two creatures of the night, Simp and aBeZy, flying around mid-map. Perfect coverage of one another. iLLeY, though, oh my word. The silver bullet for one of those monsters takes down aBeZy. The first blood. Less than a minute now to play with. Cellium's inside kitchen. And look at these angles. Look at these angles! Cellium! Retractor is out. The man clearly passed mathematics. He had that one over by the top rock, and now he's got one in kitchen. Lovely stuff to make it a 3v3. Now, bomb site being slowly but surely overwhelmed corner by corner now by Dallas Empire. They're going to get themselves on A, but it's a 3-man stacking towards the back, and Crim's on the other side of the map.
They're going quick as well. Yeah, Vivid's going to see at least one, maybe two. They're going to have to get out of dodge. They planted for Laundry's side, but now FaZe, they've taken complete control of it. And you have Crim, by the way, the sort of late man potential hero to make the play. All three players working through Laundry. So right now it is a 3v2. Crim's not going to be in these fights.
Great coverage from Shotzzy. Here comes the play on the outside. Vivid still lying in wait. Vivid strikes beautifully. Can he find the second onto Arcitys? Yes, he does. Dallas finally get themselves on the board. 2-1.
What a round, man. And again, just playing off that information, you find a dead body to lay in, and fine. Why not? Be a little bit cheeky, Vivid. Being the playmaker and even had the help. And by the way, the moment I'm thinking Crim might not be in the fights, as soon as he realizes middle of the map isn't being used, he's immediately wrapping back to Art to help his teammates back. So they are on point, stopping the bleeding. Dallas Empire able to get one round on board. FaZe last time around, aBeZy, I mean, he just sprinted straight through B. And they're thinking about a B push once again. And Simp, again, the manipulator of the map, the guy who has the opportunity to make the plays. He's playing by himself in Art. So watch the mini-map for him as the first blood of aBeZy finds it with the sub.
iLLeY has been completely eviscerated there. Nades up and about. Vivid. It lands, it's good, but Simp, wow, shots at range. aBeZy now up close. Backing up Arcitys now by the pool steps. A slow and steady flank now. It's on Crim to hopefully catch Simp out on the inside of the garage. But will he check those corners? If he does, all good. Oh my word, he's made quite a lot of noise. Simp heard it, and he devours him. Less than 30 seconds remaining now. Vivid, the last player left up. They're going to hunt him down and kill him, and he barely had time to make it to the edge of the map. He's gone. 3-1. FaZe starting to walk away with it.
And that is simple stuff done incredibly well. Clean shots coming through from aBeZy to take down that first blood. And keep in mind, Simp was effectively keeping two players at bay. He's like dishing out shoulders to one guy over towards Art. He finds the pick towards the middle of the map. So Simp is making his teammates' life very easy. But another first blood for aBeZy. 6 kills to his name. FaZe looking strong so far on raid, and it is a full stack from both teams over towards A.
Can't wait to see how this one goes down. Trophies have been blown up all over the place. Vivid, first blood. Shots are in. They're going to land it. Over to aBeZy now. Behind the van, he's in trouble. The trophies are going to save him for now. And can he get the kill? No, Shotzzy lands it as well. So there you go. Cellium trying to make things that bit safer for Atlanta FaZe on the push over towards the bomb. And there we go. Dallas are like, look, we've seen enough. We're out.
And a few seconds have gone by. Arcitys just now kind of thought of the idea, but he's going to be able to get to garden or money window before Empire start to work out. So he is making the read on this fight. And there's the first, but he can't find the kill. He stops the push, and he certainly bought some time. And they have not seen Cellium on the map in 45 seconds. And he's playing top Art.
Empire goes marching 3-by-3. Hurrah. But Cellium, if they come in here, oh, it's going to be awful. They know that these players are going to be around them somewhere, but oh no, Cell. He's got the wrap on these players. He has the angles. The bomb site wide open. Hasn't seen a thing yet. He may have seen the tip of iLLeY, and oh, he sees Shotzzy. The first kill lands. 2v2. Arcitys now to provide the reinforcements. The bomb will be recovered in a brief moment. There it is. Vivid has it. Has to get the plant down fast. iLLeY must cover the bomb now. Arcitys bringing himself forward. Top position taken care of, makes it a 1v1. Now it's Arcitys and iLLeY. iLLeY with a high ground, and from up high, the shots are there. Can he finish the kill though? iLLeY, this is for the round. Arcitys still has to defuse the bomb, and the 1v1 still ring around the rosy here, and iLLeY will land the shots. And it's 3-2 Dallas Empire. Ho, ho, ho.
Taking him down with the finesse in ring. iLLeY lives for the S&D 1v1s, and he provides. It cannot be understated how phenomenally iLLeY has been playing all day long. And you talk about, I mean, one of the most important 1v1s of his career. I'm sure like champs last year, he probably had a couple there. But
yeah.
All right, everyone, we interrupt the third map we've checked out in the most recent final to try and get back to the action. I see us searching to get in. Crossing our fingers. I see a countdown. 5 seconds left. It might be game time, but seriously, thank you everybody for your patience. Hopefully I'm not teasing you this time. Oh, Joe, I think we're loading into a map.
Yeah, I mean, great work by you, maybe. Just, I know the server room is in your basement. You rebuilt it. You reset everything. You got the hardware back up all while commentating. It's really impressive.
Yeah, no, I have a skill set that few can comprehend. Just a number of things that I can do are very impressive, Joe. And I've got
you're the modern day Renaissance man, right? I mean, you just got it all.
That's a good way to put it, Joe. But yeah, I got servers back online. We're ready to rock. So here we go into the game 2. Thank you again for your patience. Please tweet out the stream. Let your friends know that it is back on. I know we may have lost some of you during the increasing downtime, but we are back. OpTic at one map, 250 to 200. Looking to get it going here in the search and destroy. It'll be Clay with the first blood as the battle goes down towards the B point.
Yeah, it's a quick B round. I mean, obviously NYSL just take advantage of the numbers they have. They get that first blood. Dashy was trying to work a flank, but he's going to be a little bit too late. He's able to take down Asim. That's Bomb. So left in a 1-on-2 versus Clay and Mack. The problem is if Bomb gets planted, he's going to have to take some long-range fights against these Krigs. Or is he going to find a timing? We'll see what happens. He's able to get behind Clay and Mack, put some shots in, snaps on a Clay. He knows he has Mack weak. He hears the slide, but Mack goes for the challenge. Hell of an attempt there from Dashy.
Almost the 1v3, but yeah, simply 2 winning numbers early. Is NYSL able to close out that first round? They'll strike first. But yeah, I mean, NYSL been going through it. I mean, I know we had the server issues here. What was it last time? HyDra's PC or something? There was a big delay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't even know what was going on with that particular situation. But
you got to stretch up bad luck, unfortunately. Get it out now, right? Get it out
now.
Get it out of the way.
Yeah. Did you know that if a bird poops on you, that's good luck? I didn't know that was the thing until recently. I saw it happen to somebody yesterday. It happened to me a few weeks back. I didn't know that. You were speaking about luck, and that popped into my brain. My brain's a weird place.
Yeah, I don't know if that's that or if it's just a crappy situation, so nobody wants to talk about it.
I see what you did there, Joe. The bomb getting planted now as Envoy looks to get it down. It'll be a 3-on-4 retake chance for NYSL, but Scump with the spot. The chow comes in a little bit too late. The help gets there, and they'll go 2 for 1 as Mack is able to take out 2. That puts it into a 2 versus 2, and suddenly the 3v4. The chance alive and well. It's all going to fall to Dashy again. He's into another 1 versus 1. This time it's going to be HyDra on the other end of it. Just over 20 seconds to go.
I just read this. He held the entire time. Just held the lane. Knew that he was going to wrap back. And that is one of those rounds where you're in a 3-on-2. And they just kind of throw it away. I mean, Formal has the Krig. He keeps challenging Mack. And then they give them 2 1-on-1s. In the 1-on-1 that Envoy's trying to get, it's not a kill. I mean, it's tough for Formal to get away from this position. But Envoy tries to wrap through the defensive spawn, and he just gets a horrible timing. But Dashy and Envoy just so separate. And will they give that round up?
A big clutch from NYSL puts them up 2-0. Last time they bullied their way onto the B site. Let's see if it's a dose of the same medicine. And it looks like that's going to be the case. But this time you'll have the numbers here for OpTic as well. A 4-on-4 hit going to be coming in. A little bit of friendly fire through, but the team shot is on. It is madness around the point. Clay going to be the last up. Scump able to finish it. It is a quick one as OpTic get on the board.
And this is what's been so impressive with Scump and Search and Destroy. I know it's something we've highlighted over these last couple of stages, but it's just his patience in these scenarios. Getting to his position, knowing that he has the shots, waiting for his teammates to come challenge, knowing that he's half health, but he's able to find 3. The team shot's there for OpTic, and they're able to get 1 on the board.
Yeah, team shot was absolutely. I think the first guy he might hit with a bullet. Like they were just getting damage in everywhere. But terrific round from Scump and the boys. Now it looks like this time maybe a little bit of a fake. Going to use some utility and try to get somebody to rotate across back towards B. That'll keep that number 1 and Asim honest, but he has read this. I thought for a second he was kind of wrapping back towards mid. You can see Envoy starting to lurk his way up in that position mid-map.
Well, Asim, he gets caught by Envoy. Yeah. And they had an idea of where Mack was. The nades were connecting. Scump still trying to clear that out. Oh, somehow gets HyDra, because I thought he was going to get caught. He had the tactical in hand. But they were just trying to clear out top control. And with that first blood, that 1 kill that Scump was able to find, it's now a 3 versus 1 on Clay.
If you're OpTic, you just need to close this out. You already kind of threw away the 3v4. This time with the big advantage, they're able to get it done. They'll tie it up at 2-2. But yeah, you know, they kind of had that 2-2 split. Trying to keep the defense honest, and I thought it was probably going to come down to that mid-map fight between Envoy and Asim, and it does. Envoy gets the first blood, and the defensive setup starts to unravel a bit from there. And as you mentioned, Scump with a huge kill too. He might have been in trouble.
Yeah, I thought that was going to even things out, but he kept numbers on his side. Just quick shot. It's just like he was ready for it. But right back to it, NYSL not being shy towards B on offense, and maybe they just thought they're not going to do that again. But Formal with the first blood, getting a back on off, play their numbers. Still a little bit by himself, but they haven't played it yet.
In fact, he is by himself and gets one though and gets away. Huge. Now it's sort of like, what do you do if you're in YSL when you lose a guy early like this and you like have full site control, but maybe hoping to even the odds before they work this plant and stay at number 4 in HyDra. I mean, he's all the way over towards A. Just trying to maybe catch somebody in transition, but he hasn't been able to yet.
Yeah, I mean, they have a lot of map position, but they got to plant the bomb. OpTic, they just stay disciplined. They're going to keep the man advantage. Now, how do they play the retake? Because they gave up a lot of positions on the map. They're going to have to clear out a good amount. You still have HyDra lurking towards the offensive side, but Scump's ready for it, able to hit that shot, able to get the melee through, and now it is a 4-on-1 for Mack. And I think that is a disciplined play that you would want to see if you're an OpTic fan. They got the first blood. They didn't get too active on the map and ruin their numbers. They kept man advantage. A nice read by Scump on the HyDra. They able to get that defuse.
Well, how many times do we see that where a team gets into the 4v3 and then someone just gets a little bit too adventurous and gets caught? I mean, all the time.
Especially on this map, right? Because you go for those catwalk pieces, so you try to check a bomb. I mean, they just let the plan happen. Let the game come to you at times.
Yeah, I thought HyDra, if anyone was going to play spoiler, it was going to be HyDra, but he was needing a little bit of, I don't know, probably a little bit of luck in some timing scenario. Didn't happen. Scump takes him out, and 3 in a row now for OpTic Chicago. They've got a 3-on-2 towards A. And Formal gets a little bit of information there as he... Here's the trophy get tossed. His tactical gets cut short.
Again, it looks like they have a good idea. A good idea that they're playing very aggressive top control with Mack and HyDra in this 2-man setup. And, well, HyDra almost gets caught jumping out. Asim currently 0-5. Remember, you know, stage 4, before the major, he was leading this squad in S&D with a 1.29. Did some bad timing, but just playing his life. Backs on down, has the trophy over him. But OpTic, they're going to try and wrap back. And on that wrap back, they're able to catch HyDra, but can they find Mack? Mack gets horrible timing on Envoy, and okay, the A site wide open.
Yeah, I mean, Asim's timing was horrific. He just gave up kind of that catwalk cross. And it's got to be tough when Asim is, you know, 0-6 now, because he's kind of playing that transition man when they're playing this 2-2 split. Like, he's the guy that's going in between. And if he's not finding any kills, yeah, it's going to be hard to get a win.
100%, and especially just the way, I don't know, you know, in kind of who's that guy on the OpTic side who's there to meet him at times. It's Envoy, right? Some of the routes that he likes to take, we've seen already Envoy catch him. But Envoy, he's going to get the best plays. He gets the bomb plan in, and it was a fast start for NYSL, but since then, all OpTic with 4 rounds in a row.
Trying to think of what you want to get back to. I mean, the only offensive round you found success was obviously just that 4-man hit early, and you had the numbers advantage. And now you got to worry, and not worry that much yet, but on the streak side, like Dashy and Envoy are both on 4 in a row, and Envoy has the plan to go with that. This time, far more aggressive towards A. The 1-man kind of keeping him honest. On the other side, the ISO man will be Clayster, that number 2 on the minimap.
And we see Clay like to do this. Once the bomb is planted, trying to take a long route. See how he times this out, but it looks like OpTic has an idea. It feels like they are well prepared for NYSL and their strategies. Offensively and defensively, they know he likes to play that island role. They catch him. Now NYSL, they're going to try and get active on Formal, and they do just that to force a 3v3. As Dashy's coming on up, he's going to get caught into a 2-on-2 as Envoy flies on out.
HyDra cleans one up, down to a 1 versus 1. Scump, HyDra. Scump is on it. HyDra not going to be there in time. The fuse comes through. 5 in a row now for OpTic. And I think you nailed it, Joe. But if you were saying that, And don't get me wrong, you're probably the most knowledgeable commentator of all time due to your experience as a player and high-level intelligence. But if you are saying that Clay likes to do that, you gotta hope that is the comms on the other side for OpTic. And yeah, I mean, they push it out, they isolate Clay, they get the numbers advantage early.
Yeah, it's just, you know what, they're keeping a lookout. When they're not going B, how do they set up their A hit? Okay, usually they like to 3-hit it out. Clay is the one guy who he likes to play low B. He'll hit catwalk stairs. They don't know the timings or when he's going to go, but they're not really giving it to timings. They're taking it to him, and they were able to catch him out. But even on attack, the way that NYSL, Mack and HyDra have played top control in their two-man setups, they're not running into that trap. They're kind of nading it. Are they in there? The trophies down there? All right, let's back away from that and attack elsewhere. NYSL, they go off to B quickly, but OpTic, they're going to head towards A. The rotation's starting to hit.
Well, there's the plan in. They hold. They'll take the 2-0 edge in the series. We'll see if NYSL can get the retake. Oh, man. He held that. He held that. Nice catch by Dashy. Unfortunately, it's a grenade. They're bringing it back. 2 versus 2 now. Scump and Envoy into the mix. 25 to go. Asim up top. The hip fire on. Another 1 versus 1. Asim versus Envoy, and Asim able to clutch up with time for the defuse, and feels like a moment he needed considering how this game has been going for him. At 1.0-5, now up to 4-7 and 3 in a row.
Yeah, it's tough for Envoy, right? Because, you know, as soon as that trade happens, there's a lot of timings that go down. He knows that sooner or later he's going to have to check this bomb defuse. But I don't think he wants the mantle right away because Asim hears that. You can tell he kind of runs into the wall. Knew maybe he messed up a bit, but Asim able to clutch on up. And as you said, big 3 kills for him to maybe get him going.
I want to ask you a quick question because this is a little different, but I know you had the NV team and there was issues where Saints couldn't travel to the international event, and you know, Asim kind of ran into not being able to travel recently. Did you have trouble adjusting when you went back to the core roster? Like, was there a little period where it was difficult?
Oh, of course. Well, I mean, I was the sub right at the time, so I'm sure it was difficult for them.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You were the sub. Okay, never mind. It's a little bit different. They're a little bit different from your POV, at least.
Yeah. No, I just showed up and got smoked. But it is what it is.
Oh. All right, see, we're the decimate that scenario. I was thinking you were part of the core, but it's been a long time. There's the plan.
I was just there for a good time, you know?
Yeah, not a long time. Nice damage in from Envoy, but not quite able to finish it. If OpTic can seal it here. Or NYSL keep it going. Nice first blood there from Clay. Playing at close range with the Krig. HyDra's turn, then the trade on point from Mack. Last guy is Dashy, shot in the back, and NYSL, after giving up 5 in a row, they rally together for 2 straight once again.
Yeah, but there's that adjustment from Clay. Plays a little bit closer to his team. There was 2 players trying to work him on the flank all the way through, trying to find him, trying to trade him out. His team stays strong up close. Clay's able to find a couple or a kill to give his team that man advantage in the round. So now you ask on OpTic, if they do go back to a defense, right, do you just kind of leave him, maybe attack from the front, maybe all hit the flank? We'll see if that happens. But in this round number 10, it's going to be a simple B hit for OpTic. Bomb to be planted. NYSL, they're going to have to retake this.
And we've seen a lot of different styles on the retake, but this seems to be all funneling down ramp, and the entry man HyDra, I thought the snap was on, but Envoy is there. He's got some crossfire help as well, but they go 2 for 2 thus far. Formal peeks a little bit too wide, a little bit too slow, and Clay will put him down. Now it's all on the King. The clutch up in the 1 versus 2. Some tags into Clay. Can he finish it? Not going to happen, and Asim is up close and personal. The defuse, he's in 3 in a row for NYSL, into a round 11 we go.
And look at the impact Asim has made. As he has stayed alive and got going, they have won rounds as they get this to a round 11. But on the opposite side, in the 2v2, if Scump is going to get into this position, that tells me that they have an idea that both are there. Formal has to stay alive, right? Because Scump is watching his cross from that bomb site. That is a mistake. Scump is your contact guy because he's going to put the first bullets in. Formal can then attack, you know, as those players are weak. But he gets caught. That puts Scump in the 1v2.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised, but it was just like a kind of slow wide peek, and you just don't need to. If you're going to quickly shoulder it for info, that's one thing, but you don't even need to, really, as you said. But yeah, I was kind of highlighting how important a position Asim plays and how difficult it can be to get some of these round wins, and it has been different with him alive on that 6 in a row. With the round 11, all that's going to matter in this one, and Asim behind that 6 in a row goes from a guy that is 0-5 and now has streaks suddenly at his disposal. The ping is going to come in. The call is going to come in to follow. And they'll work to get towards this plant behind it. It's going down now for Mack.
Actually, does that hit Formal? I think Formal gets hit down to 75 HP, but luckily they don't push off of that. So he's going to try and work a pick on Clay, but look at this. I mean, they are all trapped down low. Here comes the push from OpTic. Scump and Envoy able to find one. The trades, though, here. Asim keeps it going, but Dashy with his third 74U able to win 2, and Dashy and Formal clutch on up in the round 11.
Oh, that is tough. Who was the first like peek the ramp? I think it was HyDra, dude. He is ADS there, holding it. If he holds that a second longer, might get a freebie. But as soon as he goes to kind of chow the edge, like it could not have been more unfortunate. And Dashy going massive in the round 11. OpTic able to clutch up and get the game 2 win. You know, I was just remembering that there was that watch party. What are they? Oh man, they're probably getting rowdy over there now. They had a lot of time to fill and drinks probably flowing out.
Well, yeah, they might keep flowing as well. They're down 0-2 in the series. But one thing to note, man, I do like that Dashy runs that third 74U on the map. I like OpTic's style. I think just retaking at B, the way they play that, you can see the positions that it puts him in. We just saw it again. Just able to get down those stairs, finds both of those kills. He puts up 9. I mean, he had 8 from both Formal and Scump. Very much a team effort, similar to what we saw 45 minutes ago in map 1.
Yeah, an incredible rebound there, though, from Asim and NYSL, but just simply not enough. We're now going to take a look at our U.S. Army tactical play. It's going to be from the round 7 within that search and destroy. We'll take a look at some of the big moments. This is over that stretch where OpTic ripped off, what was it, 5 in a row?
Yeah, 5 in a row. And you know, this is one of those plays, but look at number 7 and number 8. They know where Clay is and what he likes to do. So Envoy and Scump, they just hunt him down. Then that gives them the first blood. Now NYSL, they try to react off of this. Their thinking is, okay, if they are pushing one side, they're weak on the other. We need to reposition. We cannot get caught here. They do a really good job, but into the 2-on-2, Envoy and Scump able to force it into a 1-on-1 is, I think Scump gets one more, and then there we go. He just hops on that defuse. Asim gets taken down, and HyDra, just not enough time.
All right, well, I think we've had enough breaks over the course of this one to last a lifetime, but we're going to keep it quick. Just enough time for the players to get ready and into our next map. 90 seconds, that's it. We'll be right back.
Seany, the official eyewear for the CDL. Armor your eyes with Seany Blocks blue light protection glasses by visiting seany.com/gaming. Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. Call of Duty League is presented by T-Mobile, now America's largest and fastest 5G network. Set your sights on the competition with T-Mobile, the leader in 5G.
Who's most likely to get arrested? Alright, you ready?
Alright, 3, 2, 1, show it.
What the heck? See, my answer, it makes sense because he, you know, something's got to happen with him illegally entering the United States, right?
My answer is the correct one.
Who shows up to Scrim's late? 3, 2, 1, show.
It's a unanimous decision.
Who's the best looking subliner?
Yeah, I put Zoo.
You put Tom too?
You?
No.
Oh, you're so ego.
No.
You're so ego.
No. Okay, Tommy. Sorry, I agree with Tommy.
All players getting ready to roll here as we get into the control. OpTic with a 2-0 advantage in this series. We're going to talk a little bit about their control ranks as a team so far this season. And Joe, I mean, they've been a decent control team throughout the year.
Oh, I mean, one of the best, right? As you can see here, 21-15 overall, attacking very strong. Defense, you know, 5th. I could improve there, but I think the reason that's 5th is because they've played raid 19 times. Where we're going, they are 12-7, so I think that probably hurts them a little bit more in that defensive sort of area, because offense, you can win on this map. But I mean, that was a huge map. You win NYSL's S&D, you're up 2-0, and now you go to your best control map, in my opinion, for OpTic. So things looking good for the OpTic side.
Yeah, well, you kind of thought this is one of those that if you're OpTic, you kind of want to win this 3-0, right? Like, it gets to some better NYSL maps deeper in the series. So you get to your strongest control, close it out 3-0, look forward to the next week's matches.
Yeah, but I mean, we what did we see, though? Sort of the last half of that game is NYSL did seem to, Asim was playing a little bit better. It felt like maybe, I don't know, you know, they were getting hard countered. Then they had to make some in-game adjustments, and they were doing that. It was just a little bit too late, right? Losing 5 rounds in a row the way they did. But maybe that got their comms up a little bit more. We'll see. Control is a game mode for NYSL, probably one of their biggest focus points, as it's been one of their weaker modes these last couple of stages.
Yeah. I'm just kidding, because there was a team kill to start off, but...
Oh, I was like, yes, it has.
You just after you said that, like...
To be honest, I was looking away at the stats. No. I was looking at the stats, so I had no idea what was on my screen.
Yeah, there was like literally, dude, the timing of it was perfect. Like, team kill right as you finished it. But behind that, they're able to find a flurry of kills onto the OpTic side, so they get into a good spot onto the A point of progress, and HyDra's watching the water steps cross. You still have Clay lurking mid as well. Both of them will fall, so pressure may start to mount onto A. OpTic will look to try and retake this, but Mack doing his best. I am self-ring.
Yeah, it's a big kill by Mack, because he gets taken down there. OpTic probably try to retake that, probably try to retain map control, get inside of Hard, as 3 of his teammates went down as he was on it. But up to 2-0, you already see Clay is kind of snuck on through with Asim as well, because Dashy's so far pushed up, he's going to have to wrap on back.
Yeah, I don't know. They just got a weird timing. Like, before Scump picked up mid and Dashy pushed through, because he had 2 just like funneled right through to water side. But it doesn't hurt to still have Dashy in this spot, but eventually he's probably going to have to wrap back just based on the presence. They've almost got the 2nd minute progress. I'd have to watch that back. And Dashy does pop off, and they clear them off.
They stopped it. I thought they got that second tick, but it was probably 99%. Yeah. They might have to have someone stand on that.
I do want to. I gotta see that back though. Just see if that was a weird timing or what. Like the 2 that got through.
I'm sure.
Yeah, like right before Scump got to mid. Like Dashy gave it up a second early to push through or something like that. But yeah, what could have been horrible if they get those 2 points. A little less catastrophic for the OpTic side. They're able to regain a semblance of balance. Dashy still hitting his shots. They'll be able to clear him out though finally.
That's a big kill on Envoy. He was on 5 in a row, so that's going to stop that streak. The wall bangs were in. NYSL able to get some bedroom control. Clay able to find 2 kills, but Scump still controlling the middle of the map. And now when you have that middle of the map, you hit those wall bangs, you're up top in bedroom with the 74U, and this is going to be a pain to get him out of this spot.
Yeah, the first part done quickly and pretty easily by NYSL, but the more difficult part is this push. Now, the lives differential is huge, right? Like, you've got a 9 life advantage for OpTic. the reason that second bit of progress would have been so massive is even with a lives advantage, you get 1 to 3, 4 down. Like, you can stack and close the game out in seconds, but it's a little bit different when you need 2 points of progress. They might not even get that break based on the current OpTic positions.
I thought it was done. I really did. It looked like it, but it was 1% off, so they're able to, as you said, just deplete that, and now they have to deal with 2, but 5 lives remaining. Well, now 4 as Clay's just dealing with players in his spawn. Is OpTic a dominant defensive round? They give up A early, but you can see in the top right the way they are slaying right now. NYSL not able to handle it.
Yeah, at least, you know, I think you said it at some point, they don't give up streaks. I think it was Envoy was close, and you had somebody else pretty close at one point, but they don't give that up. Clay's 2 there, I thought was maybe going to be a massive moment to get on, but once again, OpTic regained control. And you saw the stat there, what, like second overall when it comes to attacking. In control, maybe we'll see some of that magic here.
Now looking for some early mid control, similar to what we saw from NYSL, and off that, what are they going to do? It looks like Envoy's thinking about just putting pressure on B. You have a pretty strong A defense here from NYSL, and you're finding those kills, you will take it, because HyDra's going to rotate down. He will lose that gunfight. And Clay's going to lose that one. So this is now an opportunity for them to get a lot of early progress done at this point, as Envoy was hoping to keep it going and give them kitchen control.
Yeah, I'd say Envoy almost like single-handedly got them to be objective. Now, they still have a chance to do it, obviously, but he wins a fight in kitchen. How much easier that gets. They get, well, about 1.5 points done. Now is like that tricky situation. If you're OpTic, do you keep funneling resources towards B, or do you give that up? Because you do have one at ring. Okay, that was a big gunfight win from Dashy. He took out Mack, who was playing from top ring. That gets them onto the point. It's going to start to split the defense here for NYSL. Maybe not anymore.
Yeah, no, I thought it was doing the same. But you can see Clay, they're putting a lot of emphasis on this to continue to force this and reinforce this as much as possible. They kind of want to force them at B, it seems, right? Just make sure we have that position. Mack back in ring, but he's got to deal with 3 members of OpTic, so he will get taken down. OpTic, they control the middle of the map with Formal. Should be able to get A. We'll see if maybe for Asim can get the Krieg and find a pick, allow his team to push this.
Yeah, I wish there was like a stat of how often teams got B first, like in an efficient manner when they don't like get it on the first push. Because I just feel like when you get on the first push, it's great. You're usually winning the round. When you're getting it after a minute and a half, usually you're down in live counts. There's not a lot of time left, and I don't know, just a difficult decision to make.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with 7%.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just for me watching. Like, I just feel like it ends up being something like this where you eventually get it, but there's so little time left.
Yeah, I mean, might not even get it. Dashy is able to fly on through. I mean, lives-wise, it's still close. Like, if the OpTic can deal with this, and again, you have a player on an island over towards ring. This time it's Clay. Just not able to find any kills. HyDra going to try and follow him on up. And that player playing A, where we usually see them find a kill or 2, that hasn't happened. What, on one end it was Mack, this time it's Clay. Formal with the multi-kill, makes it look a little easy, and they're going to get the time extension, as now it's 8 versus 8.
Yeah, that was a massive play from Formal, just to, one, get this a bit cleaner, but bring it closer in the lives department. Now, you have already under a minute to work with, so there's not a ton of time. But can you efficiently get kills, or if you're in YSL, can you just hold? I mean, you've got the advantage here. The clock is on your side. You're in your spots. You just have to win some gunfights. And Asim does exactly that to start us off. Oh, God, he's just going to drown at this point. Oh, back underwater. Keep swimming. It's Michael Phelps. It's Aquaman. Okay, well, he's gone now. 4 lives remaining for OpTic. No respawns in. Scump, give him a little tickle there with... I thought he was dead to the nade for sure, but he's still going to stay up. And they've gotten 2 kills over the stretch of this, from a 4v7 down to a 4v5. A Mack going large inside a kitchen. No respawns remain for either side. Dashy going to be the last man up at a 1v3. 7 seconds on the clock. He's gonna have to get on the point and work the miraculous, but the trade is there. The double chow is on, and NYSL, hold on.
Oof, yeah, he goes the distance, but it's Mack. And, well, this is that play inside a ring that Formal was able to make. He is just snapping onto everyone. But I think that's a good glimpse of what we saw from a lot of Mack last stage. There's a lot of multi-kills. He's able to convert that inside a kitchen, give his team the advantage, tie things up at 1 apiece.
But you did, what was the... They're up 1 point of objective progress, correct? Because they got 2 and NYSL got 1, right? Not that, well, I mean, on this map, it's not even that huge of a deal, I guess. Well, compared to maybe some of the others, but...
Yeah, it's 1.
Well, HyDra really is going to be doing his best with a dance-off here. Just try to stay up as he's got multiple players to deal with, but the rest of his team hits on the other side of it. NYSL win the fight there. OpTic win it towards A. Now they'll have to funnel towards mid and start to work this retake on the B side.
That's these next set of kills. This is where it can get dangerous for OpTic. And Envoy, he's able to stay on up. You can see that Clay's trying to get forward. He's trying to get inside a kitchen, inside a cutout. Does get taken down, but Mack, he's going to follow it on up. He's on 5 in a row now, so close to some streaks. Has the help of HyDra. And as I say that, HyDra is going to fall. But they have a lot of map control, but they're not stopping that clock, right? When we usually see A done really quickly, you always have that time remaining. But there's been an emphasis on this B zone early from both of our teams.
Well, as Mack drops, there'll be no streaks there. Envoy doing a little song and dance of his own. Asim, though, will come out on top. Can they get kitchen control? HyDra's trying his best. Asim is worried about a hit through the L cut. 20 to 20 in the lives department. And keep an eye on that number 5. Formal is actually pushed all the way up just to keep funneling them on that side. Just getting information, trying to get shots in, maybe catching one and stagger the push. Not able to do it, though.
Yeah, now they're going to try and retake this through middle. And they might have a timing because HyDra's watching the flank. Nobody's looking at middle stairs. HyDra, he's going to reposition, try to help his teammates out. Asim, Mack trying to get the dirty work done, and HyDra able puts the stick on the 1. It connects with 2. That's going to be all 4 dead. B's going to be done, and Clay off a spawn going to find kills.
OpTic sometimes just like to stand on top of each other or in a straight line. Like that nade just hit everyone. There were 3 of them grouped up water steps. And that 4 down will be the B point. Asim on 5 in a row. Mack winning his 1s. The lone man standing at ring will be Dashy. They need him to be crisp from this position. They've got to hold for a minute.
Asim, he does have the artillery off the objective once he was earned, so they have 1 streak to work with. Nice kill by Envoy. He's having a game. I think he's double positive or right around it. But Asim, he's just going to go for it, right? It's out at ring. Their defense is out at ring. They try to funnel him on in, but they get 4 kills off of that. That's supposed to be yellow, not white.
No.
Behind a streak in OpTic. They just take the map away from NYSL.
Tell you what, there are not many times you're going to see that. I mean, we'll get frustrated or sad, when someone calls in a streak and like one of their teammates dies first. Is that usually a clean sweep of the entire team? So you get just nothing out of that streak, and suddenly no respawns remaining for NYSL. That sequence could have been better, that's for sure.
Well, yeah, I mean, it could have been an offensive round win in two rounds in a row. And there's still 3 players alive, but there's just so much to deal with, and that'll do it. OpTic, hold on.
1, 2, 3 for Formal. What was that?
That's just I have no idea.
This is my skull.
But this is it. This is what it happens. They kind of don't like slow down, and they run into Scump. Scump found 2.
And he just gets right to garage to get one off spawn as well. Yeah, that didn't maybe go as you had planned it in your head. So OpTic will rebound. And what was it, 5 in a row? Sorry, I had to mute to sneeze. I don't know what's going on. It's allergy. That's like my 4th sneeze today, Joe. But I muted that time. Are you proud of me?
I'm just happy you unmuted. That way I did was okay.
It happened once. It happened once today.
Yeah, no, I know. But it was still, I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah,
so I'm happy you did that.
I never want you to feel that way, but it was Formal and I believe Envoy that carried a 5 in a row over to this. Formal still is on that stretch. Make it 6 now. Close to some streaks. It's always that 7th, though, that seems to be so tough as Asim wins at mid-map.
Yeah, they just hit right on the A, though. They're up in lives, and you can see with Mack and HyDra where they're going. They're thinking defense at B right now. Asim and Clay maybe going to try and find a couple of kills off the rotation. And Asim might be able to do just that. Only able to get 1. You can kind of see that gives them an opening. Middle stairs is open. Kitchen is kind of open because they put a little bit of pressure on Laundry.
Envoy. 32 on the board already. Tell you what, this goes to a round 5. He has a chance to maybe set some records.
I don't know if it's going to a round 5, though.
It might not be. It might not be.
9 life advantage already.
Yeah, that is just a massive, considering the position they also have on the map onto B. Now Dashy's got a streak he wants to call in. He's got 2 to use. Hovers it, hits it. Clay will drop. It goes right into Kitchen. Kitchen now a bloody mess. Second point of progress, done. 1 more to go, and it's the OpTic 3L. 3 down once again for NYSL. Onto the point they go. 2 are going to stack it. 1 is going to push. Envoy is just cutting them up off a spawn. The next streak comes in. Dashy hits again. Mack is blown to pieces, and OpTic, they will get the 3-0. They close it out on their best control. And you like to win it that way because, as you stated, it got a little bit better for NYSL deeper in the series, but we're not going to get there.
In terms of a series recently that I can remember off the top of my head against the top team, that's one of the best performances out of OpTic in a long time, right? They control both respawns from start to finish. I think in the S&D, there's probably a couple of things that they would probably change, a few round situations, but yeah, huge win for them. And then for NYSL in this group starting 0-2, you're already thinking about you have to win maybe the next 4, and one of those against FaZe to not start in losers bracket.
Yeah, well, the next 3, right? I mean, they 3 matches played. They got to win out. Yeah, they've got to win out, and yeah, maybe you can put a little asterisk or 2 here, considering the form recently for NYSL in the Thieves match, and also considering the delay and the server issues. But with that said, OpTic looked very good. That is one of their more impressive wins on the year. They played as a unit. They had some incredible individual performances, and that is one to feel very good about, without question.
Yeah, I think you saw it there. Envoy's 35 and 17, over 6,000 damage. Huge plays from him, but the entire team, especially in maps 1 and 2, contributed.
Well, thank you for everyone for bearing with us. I know it was a bit of a roller coaster to get through that one just with some of the delays, but we appreciate each and every one of you. We're now going to take a look at the scuff play of the game. It's going to be from round 2 as OpTic start to bring it back within it, and we'll kind of watch through it again and highlight some of the key moments here, Joe.
Well, this is the streak, right? You're thinking NYSL is going to win round 2 rounds in a row, and then you see it's 4 kills for OpTic as that artillery is landing. And what this does is this traps NYSL in the top right of the minimap. They have 30 seconds to work with to try to get towards A, and only 1 or 2 pushes to do so. It's not an easy task at all. So I don't know what really happened there comms-wise for NYSL, but it seems calling in the artillery, his teammates dropped.
Yeah, just an unfortunate sequence where, yeah, you're 4 up, you're calling in a streak. I mean, you hope it goes like you did with Dashy's streaks, right? Like you get a kill, the first domino, your teammates follow it up, but that just wasn't the case here. It completely unraveled. Very tough situation, and OpTic take the round. But now let's take a look at the, kind of the road to the major for both these teams. We're going to take on OpTic first, and yeah, I mean, they couldn't really be more opposite right now with the back-to-back wins for OpTic.
Yeah, I think a key game coming up for them against, Røkkr. Wait, isn't that supposed to be versus FaZe? Pretty sure they play FaZe. I don't think they play Røkkr. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I was like, hold on a second.
Something is incorrect here because that would be the easiest group of all time.
Yes, so there is they do play Atlanta FaZe at some point instead of Røkkr. I don't know if it's that series or, yeah, it's probably that one, I would assume. So a big match coming up there. And then for NYSL, again, starting off 0-2, you have to win the next two and then hope that either OpTic or LA Thieves start to drop some games so that maybe you could beat Atlanta FaZe to go 3-2 and get through. I mean, we've seen that happen, but I think OpTic and LA Thieves are both going to want to start in winners. So, but you never know.
Yeah, no, I mean, you're in a position where you're going to have to beat FaZe, maybe to have a chance at winners, and that's still a chance. So that, yeah, it's not a great spot to be in right now if you're in YSL, but just a little promo here for the Major coming up. Major 5, our last one before we get to the championship at the end of the year. Tickets are on sale. It's the first event, back with fans. If you want to come, meet some of the players, have a good time, enjoy yourselves. Call of Duty events are one of a kind. It's an absolute blast. But thank you again for your patience throughout the course of that one. We got through it, and the Game Fuel feature player, Formal, putting on a show. We've got him up with Lottie after the break.
Hello everybody and welcome to your Game Fuel Victory Spotlight. Joining me I have the legendary Formal from OpTic. First of all, man, congratulations. An epic start to stage 5 here with a 2-0 going through the week. I got to ask you, how did you guys regain after that, incredible lengthy delay that you had there? What was going through your minds? Was it difficult to get back into the game?
At first it was. Break ended a lot longer than what we had previously thought, and when we got back into the match and we knew we were about to start, we kind of all just honed it back in, and we all knew okay, this is big that we keep our momentum. We went down 0-2, and we just shook it off, and we just I don't know, we just regained really hard, and we won 5 straight, and then we ended up closing the map out. So I was really proud of the boys for that.
The composure, my dude, the composure. Absolutely stunning stuff. Now, you guys actually gained a bunch of knowledge coming out of Major 4 about, what your team needs to do after being on LAN for the first time in what seems like ages, years. But obviously, yeah. Major and Champs, the next ones, are going to be returning to LAN. So what is the main focus for you guys as a team as we get back into the swing of things?
Just to keep playing how we practice. That's the most important thing. Because we look great in scrims. It's just when it comes to matches sometimes, I think we get a little ahead of ourselves and we don't really play how we usually do. So I think as long as we can, play just like we do in scrims, I think we'll be just fine. And we're excited for the rest of the events.
Absolutely, my dude. Now, obviously, like you said, you just need to do exactly what you practice and what you're doing in scrims as well. And putting that into place is quite something. But putting that into place against Atlanta FaZe, who you're going to be facing, is pretty difficult. Is preparation the same for you guys heading into a match like Atlanta FaZe, or is it a little bit different?
I'd say it's the same. We've done pretty poorly in the past couple matches with FaZe, but I mean, it's COD. Like, anything can happen any day. Just gonna hope for the best and just prepare just like we always do, and hopefully we come out on top.
Love to hear it, man. Well, we appreciate it. We love the come up of the green wall. Thank you so much for your time, Formal, and best of luck next week.
Thanks, Lottie. Thank you.
There we go, we've heard from Formal, what an absolute legend. It's always great getting to talk to him and hearing what he feels about his team, and they're looking pretty good right now. They're feeling pretty confident too. So Greenwall fans, things are on the up. Don't worry about it. Well, I'll tell you what, it doesn't end there. The excitement and fun is still yet to be had as we head back into the HQ. Myself, Stud, and Nameless are waiting you guys and your arrival. We're going to be talking everything today and next week, so we'll see you there.